Have you ever wondered how obesity affects our health and overall quality of life? In today's world, obesity has become a sweeping epidemic that's affecting millions across the globe. It's not confined to any one region, culture, or economic stratum. It's everywhere, and it's growing at an alarming rate. This isn't just about looking good or fitting into society's standard of beauty. No, it goes much deeper than that. Obesity is not simply a cosmetic concern, it's a medical problem of significant proportions. It's like a looming shadow that amplifies the risk of a host of diseases and health issues. Think heart disease, diabetes, high blood pressure, certain types of cancer, and even mental health issues like depression and anxiety. It's not about the number on the scale, but about the impact on health and well-being. We live in an era of convenience and fast-paced lifestyles, where processed foods and sedentary habits have become the norm. This shift in lifestyle is a crucial contributor to the prevalence of obesity. It's a complex disorder influenced by many factors, and it's no longer simply a case of eat less, move more. Obesity can also have a profound impact on one's quality of life. It can affect mobility, self-esteem, and overall enjoyment of life. It can lead to social isolation and discrimination. It's a cycle that's tough to break, but not impossible. The increase in obesity is rapid and relentless. In the past 3 decades, the rate of obesity has doubled in more than 70 countries and continues to rise in most other places. It's a global issue that requires immediate attention and action, but it's not all doom and gloom. The good news is that obesity is preventable and manageable. It's a battle that can be won with the right approach, understanding, and support. It's about making conscious choices, embracing healthier habits, and creating an environment that supports good health. Understanding the implications of obesity is a crucial step towards taking action. The journey towards a healthier future begins with awareness. Let's tackle this epidemic together, one step at a time. But what causes obesity? Is it simply a result of eating too much and moving too little? You might be surprised to discover that it's not always that straightforward. Let's start with genetics. Your genes can play a significant role in your body weight. They can determine how your body metabolizes food and how fat is stored. But don't be too quick to blame your DNA. While genetics can predispose you to gain weight, they don't dictate your destiny. It's the interaction between your genes and your environment that's crucial. Now let's talk about food. Poor dietary habits are undeniably a major contributor to obesity. Consuming high-calorie, low-nutrient foods can lead to weight gain. Regularly indulging in fast food, sugary drinks, and oversized portions can tip the scales in the wrong direction. And then there's physical activity, or rather, the lack thereof. Our modern lifestyle often involves sitting for long periods, whether it's at the office, in front of the TV, or behind the wheel. This sedentary behavior is linked to weight gain and obesity, as it means we're burning fewer calories than we're consuming. Certain medical conditions can also contribute to obesity. For instance, hormonal imbalances or conditions like polycystic ovary syndrome, PCOS, and hypothyroidism can slow metabolism and cause weight gain. Some medications can also lead to weight gain. But it's important to remember that these factors usually don't work in isolation. It's often due to a combination of inherited factors, combined with the environment and personal diet and exercise choices. For example, your genetic makeup might make you susceptible to gaining weight, but it's your lifestyle choices that pull the trigger. The good news is, many of these factors are within our control. We can choose to eat healthier foods, to move more, and to seek medical advice when necessary. While some factors are out of our control, we can influence many others. So, while the causes of obesity can be complex, the solution often lies in our hands. So, how does obesity impact our health exactly? Well, let's start with the physical effects. Obesity can lead to several serious health conditions, often referred to as comorbidities. A common one is heart disease. When a person is obese, their heart has to pump harder to supply blood to all the cells in their body. Over time, this can lead to high blood pressure, heart attacks, and other forms of cardiovascular disease. Next up is diabetes, specifically type 2 diabetes. This form of diabetes is often triggered by obesity and a lack of physical activity. When a person is obese, their cells become resistant to the hormone insulin. Insulin is crucial, as it helps to regulate our blood sugar levels. When our cells resist insulin, blood sugar levels can spike, leading to type 2 diabetes. Obesity can also increase the risk of certain cancers. For instance, being overweight can elevate the risk of developing breast, colon, and kidney cancers, among others. The exact link between obesity and cancer is complex and still being studied, but it's clear that maintaining a healthy weight can play a vital role in cancer prevention. Now let's talk about the psychological effects of obesity. It's not uncommon for people who are overweight to experience depression and low self-esteem. Society often stigmatizes obesity, which can lead to feelings of shame and isolation. This can create a vicious cycle, as these negative feelings can make it even harder for people to take steps towards a healthier lifestyle. Furthermore, obesity can impact a person's quality of life. simple tasks can become challenging due to physical discomfort or limitations. This can lead to decreased mobility and an overall reduction in life satisfaction. So, to sum it all up, obesity affects both the physical and mental aspects of our health. It can lead to serious conditions like heart disease and diabetes, increase the risk of certain cancers, and negatively impact mental health. As we can see, the effects of obesity go far beyond just physical health. Now that we understand the causes and effects of obesity, how can we combat it? Battling obesity isn't a one-size-fits-all scenario. It's a journey that requires a multifaceted approach, involving a balanced diet, regular physical activity, and an overall healthy lifestyle. It's not about quick fixes or miracle cures, but about making changes that are sustainable in the long run. Let's start with a balanced diet. It's not just about eating less, but about eating right. This means incorporating foods from all food groups: proteins, carbohydrates, fats, vitamins, and minerals. And it's not just what you eat, but when and how. Regular smaller meals are better than large, infrequent ones. And the way you cook your food matters too. Grilled, baked, or steamed foods are healthier options compared to fried or processed foods. Next, we have physical activity. It doesn't mean you have to run a marathon or lift heavy weights. It's about including any form of physical activity in your daily routine. It could be a brisk walk, dancing, swimming, or even gardening. The goal is to get moving and keep your heart rate up for at least half an hour a day. Remember, it's not about how much you can do at once, but about being consistent. Leading a healthy lifestyle is equally important. This involves getting enough sleep, managing stress, and abstaining from unhealthy habits like smoking or excessive drinking. It's about making choices that benefit your overall health and well-being. In some cases, a balanced diet and regular physical activity might not be enough to combat obesity. This is where medical intervention might become necessary. Medication or even surgery may be recommended by healthcare professionals. But remember, these should be considered as last resorts, and only under professional guidance. Battling obesity is not just about losing weight, but about gaining health. It's a journey that requires commitment, perseverance, and a positive mindset. It might be challenging, but it's definitely worth the effort. In the fight against obesity, every step counts. So, what have we learned today about obesity and its impact on health? We've delved into the reality of the obesity epidemic, a global concern that affects millions of people. We've discussed how it's not just about physical appearance, but about a health issue that can significantly reduce the quality and duration of a person's life. We've examined the causes of obesity. We've learned that it's not as simple as a lack of self-control or willpower. It's a complex interplay of genetics, environment, lifestyle, and even socioeconomic factors. Obesity is not a personal failing. It's a systemic issue that we as a society need to address. We've looked at the effects of obesity, both immediate and long-term. We've seen how it can lead to serious health conditions like heart disease, diabetes, and certain types of cancer. We've learned that it can impact not only physical health but mental and emotional well-being as well. We've explored ways to combat obesity. It's not about quick fixes or fad diets, but about sustainable changes to our eating habits, physical activity, and overall lifestyle. We've learned that it's not about achieving an ideal body shape or size, but about becoming healthier and feeling better in our own bodies. And now we arrive at the most important part of our discussion. What can we do moving forward? The answer lies in education, awareness, and action. We need to understand obesity, its causes and effects, and the ways we can fight it. We need to spread this knowledge, to dispel myths and misconceptions, and to encourage empathy and support for those affected by obesity. Most importantly, we need to take action. Whether it's making small changes to our daily habits, seeking professional help, or advocating for policy changes, every step counts. Every effort matters. Remember, it's never too late to make a change. Start your journey towards a healthier life today.